Hi, I'm Johnny Nomega, and we're in Nomega Recording Studios. We're going to go over mastering a song today. Thanks for coming back and joining me once again. We're going to be mastering the song that we mixed last week. Now, first thing in mastering a song is choosing your platform. So that will be choosing your platform. You could use Pro Tools and get a lot of nice RTAS plugins. You could use Nuendo or Wavelab, use DirectX plugins, VST plugins, they're Steinberg products. You could use audio units, depends on, you can use Digital Performer. So choosing your platform. I like Pro Tools as well as Nuendo because you can layer the track on top of each other, do a lot of cool phase reverses. But today, I decided to go with Wavelab. One thing I love about Wavelab is the metering. With Wavelab, before you even hear the music, you can look at your meters and tell what needs to be done. Now, of course, hearing it makes a world of difference. I love the fact that I don't only have to go by my ears. Even though I have great ears trained over a decade in the music business, it is great to have meters that can assist me throughout the mastering process. Before we get started and actually pull up our first plugin, I'm going to tell you to keep it simple. Over processing your master will make it muddy, not give it that clean or even that rugged sound that you're looking for. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to add an EQ. We have a great mix to begin with. We're going to play it here. And going back to the meter, you can see here that I can see in Wavelab my pan opacity, how strong my pan is or not, my volume, my channel, my potential volume, my overall volume, as well as the frequencies that are being covered. So I can see the frequencies that are being covered, where my frequencies are, how large my phase is or my spectrum, along with the frequencies and the decibels of each channel, the overall volume, once again the pan and the opacities of each track. I'm going to turn the music down, and even without the music playing, I can see that I may want to get a larger spectrum, add a little to my low end, clear out so I don't have that big arch in the middle of my mid-range to get a flatter frequency. And my output is looking good. So we're going to turn it back up. I want it to have a clean sound, so first thing I'm going to do is bring the EQ. And you have to decide whether you want a sound that is more rugged or a little clean. In this case, we want a little rugged, but we want it to be very clean. So we're going to go to a Waves Q8. You can use any EQ. I like this one because I can select the first and the last, and I can put shelves and passes. So we're going to first start out with a high pass shelf and a low pass shelf. I'm going to adjust my low pass shelf because I don't want to kill my high frequencies. I just don't want them to be everywhere. Same thing with the low frequency. I don't want to take out my kick drum. I don't want to remove my good low frequency and bass lines. I just don't want it to be everywhere. I want a nice, tight, clean sound. When it's everywhere, it sounds real muffled. So it's a trick that you can use that will allow you to instantly clean up your mixes. Next, I'm going to go to stereo imaging. And I'm going to use a trick. I'm going to actually go to mono. I have a mono button on my control. If you have a Mackie control or a C control, they have mono buttons. Those mono buttons utilize them. So you can hear how well you sound in a PA system or performed at a venue, as well as how wide the stereo image is. So the mono, listening to it in mono can let you know if your stereo image is too wide.
And this is a moment of reciprocation.
So if I've adjusted it, in mono, and I hear that it cleared it up just a little without making it too thin. Now I'm gonna go to my stereo spread, go back to stereo. So I turn my mono button off on my control, bypass the effect, turn it back on, and it sounds great.
Beautiful curse, and I can't decide it.
Now I'm gonna go to my L3 maximizer.
Want you.
You can instantly see it begin to affect my spectrum.
Wanting something more than it's worth, like a haunting, beautiful curse, and I can't decide if it's better or worse.
One thing you don't want to do is to use a maximizer that compresses so much it begins to gap your frequencies. And what that means, it almost phase reverses them inside out, so it begins to sound hollow. You want a point of maximization without over tilting and over compression and getting that hollow woofing sound. Lastly, I'm gonna go down to here to my dithering. I'm gonna add a Waves IDR dither. Turn it to 16. And what your dithering is, and the reason we add dither, for those that are, no, I don't want to say that, you said that. We're going with a Waves IDR dither. Remember, we recorded this song in 24-bit at 48 kilohertz. We're mastering it in Wavelab at 24-bit, 48 kilohertz. CD quality is 44.1, 16-bit. So the dither chunks out bits that I won't say we don't need, but to actually allow it to be clear, adds a little white noise to make it smoother, to allow it to be a little smoother and dithering down or going from a higher frequency and bit rate down to a lower bit rate. Thanks. That's how to master. I'm Johnny Nomega, and remember, dreams can come true.
That was 8 minutes.
Can y'all hear the difference? That's without the mastering. One thing I wanted to say. Don't mistake a louder volume for a better signal. It's a common mistake. You add a compressor or an effect and it sounds louder, so you think it sounds better. That's not true. Listen to it at a minimal volume and then truly decide whether it's better or simply just louder.